So in December, um, we had a meeting with Ignite the Itch, which is to talk about whether I was going to be on the board.
Right.
That's
So
that's the
that's
nonprofit that is collaborating with me on the swim retreat in August.
Oh, perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've got notes about what my responsibilities were, and blah blah blah.
Okay.
All right. So let's fast forward a month and a day later.
Okay.
I had already had an issue with myself and you because I was going to be here for 3 weeks,
Okay.
and we hadn't talked about what was going to be happening or what my responsibilities were going to be, and blah 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 blah. So fast forward to that month and a day later, and I wrote down that I've been fuzzy with self, making future pain less than scenarios. Found out the cost of the retreat. Shocking. Then began, is someone expecting that from me? And then I went into a whole flurry in my mind about how much this was going to cost. And she got to know I don't have that kind of money. And we ain't never
talking
talked
about me,
about
right?
it. Right. We ain't never talked about it.
Right.
I brushed on that with you about feeling funny about being here free for 3 weeks, right? But all this got to do with my sense of self, my self-worth, right? So Josh, my friend, leveled me out. He said, well, Dinah know your financial situation. She wouldn't lead you down some shit, you know? So fast forward again, we get to the retreat. And I'm sitting around, we had talked about some stuff and blah, 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 blah. I said, well, and by the way, I need to tell you about the shit I was making up about your retreat. And it was a total surprise to her. It was a total surprise to you that I would even be thinking about these things or these expectations that I have built into my mind that ain't nobody talked about with nobody but me.
Right.
Y'all ain't felt these kind of ways about me.
Right.
You know, that's little Wendy thinking very, very small. And not understanding that people care. And so I wrote down that I haven't spent much money, and anxiety is a liar. Because it just starts telling you stuff that don't have nothing to do with any reality base.
So that's that. What fig is that?
Well, I was uneducated. That because here I am being asked to be on a board, and I ain't never been on nobody's board. I mean, bitch, you was busy making being all in the news with activism and stuff.
Okay.
So
All
what
in
are
the
you talking about? You ain't never
Bona fide
been on the board.
superstar.
But
There
no,
you go.
But little Wendy don't think
Couldn't
like
see
that.
it. Couldn't see it.
Nowhere, because now somebody is gonna dump something in my lap that for somebody else is gonna cost that. And I know that if that other person that we all know that talks a whole lot is talking about how much it was costing, then it must really be something. And I can't be the person that they see to receive this. So it took a minute for me to get past all of that, because that was dumb and time consuming.
I'm sorry. That was what?
Dumb
Oh.
and time consuming.
It was self-sabotaging.
And painful.
That was the big.
best part.
It was
That was-
self-sabotaging.
That's
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely. I was
Yeah.
already dealing with fear and insecurity.
Right,
I wasn't too guilty about too many things. I hadn't figured that part out yet.
Right.
But I was
definitely
certainly,
the
I was
Yes.
self-sabotaging. 'Cause I
Like
made
they
my-
can't possibly
Thank
want
you.
me.
And you might feel guilty about, are they really going to, is my work
It's not
really worth that?
That, right.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And what I have to do for that.
Sure.
You know what
sure,
I'm saying?
Sure.
But just like
That's
you said,
right.
why are we suffering future pain? We don't even know what's going to happen. It could be the most wonderful experience in your life. And, a lot of times we just have to learn to go with it. Go with what the universe has for us, because what's for us is for us.
Speak.
What ain't for us is not. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that I'm supposed to have, I'm going to have it, because I try to put out good
Oh,
karma,
that was
put out.
my thought. that was a joy place.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And anytime you start thinking about something that's contradictory to wherever you're finding your joy, you're getting ready to set up some trauma.
Right.
Your mix is getting ready to get all fuzzy, and all confused for absolutely no good reason. Because if I open my mouth back on December 6th,
Okay.
December 6th when I was feeling insecure and afraid and less than and all that stuff, I got to say myself a whole month of what my body was doing. Because that's, just cause it's up here don't mean it ain't done a whole bunch of shit. I was setting myself up for getting sick.
And this is with somebody that you know and trust.
Right.
This ain't no stranger.
No,
Right.
you ain't never gave me a reason not to trust you, but my frame of reference doesn't include that.
Right.
And my frame of reference doesn't include somebody being loyal to me.
Right.
You know, I've always had to prove myself on some level
Yes.
to make myself be
Yes.
what I think somebody else
Yes.
wants.
Right.
Yes.
So,
To earn
And
their
then a lot of
loyalty.
times that's not even valid because
that's not
it is
valid.
based on what you
I
thought
can't-
and you didn't verbalize, you didn't
said nothing to
communicate,
nobody.
you didn't express yourself.
Yes.
You
Ain't
didn't
said
even
nothing.
allow her the opportunity to let you know what she might
if you
have thought
could have
about
seen
you.
her face when I said that, her nose was all up here, and the lips was all on the
I
side
know.
over this side. Like,
I was like, you talking
You
about
know.
my
Like,
retreat?
what?
I was so confused. I said, are you talking about my retreat?
Right.
Like, you already know you in there.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
what are we talking about right now?
Right.
so I'm over there blubbering. They really do like me, but
Right.
how
Right.
could they do?
That's that
you know.
imposter syndrome, girl.
That is
That is that
self-sabotage
imposter-
at
yes,
its
right.
best.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Finest. Just
I'm
make
not
some shit
good
up.
enough. It couldn't possibly be me that they want.
Thank you.
Look at me. I got
Girl.
cartoon hair. Who
Exactly.
can like me with yellow cartoon hair? I mean, I took that all over places.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not in that place. Well, come on, let me get in there because that's a bad place to be.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so it's
Yeah,
the
we
most
do.
amazing
We frequently
thing.
invite ourselves into
I don't
those
care
places.
who's in Hollywood. I know that I have awards all over the place.
Yes, you
for
do.
my performance.
Academy
Right.
Award.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
for you to have trepidation or whatever you were feeling, anxiety about being here with your girl Denise, who you know that's ride or die. But what kind of stories was you telling yourself at that point? I mean, it's your girl.
She came to my party. This is so.
But,
I've never had anybody.
You don't
know,
never
all
have
of these
to,
things.
come with nothing. You know that.
Listen, that's up here. This other part, those are light years apart.
Yeah.
What goes on in your brain and what goes on in your gut are light years apart. And the whole part is getting this shit to mesh.
That left
it's
brain and that right
it's like-
brain.
It's like Three Faces of Eve, getting all these personalities
Yeah.
together now.
Yeah.
Because all y'all call them habits. You know,
That's
y'all
right.
making habits
Yeah.
on my
It's your
daily
brain
basis.
biome and your gut biome.
Yes.
They just all
Yes.
moving around independently.
Yes.
Let's do all together now.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so yeah, that was a big deal.
That was an epiphany.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it enlightening.
Yeah.
It really
For
was an
everybody.
epiphany. For
For both
everybody.
sides, you know.
Because I was like, you
Are we
can't be
talking
talking
about
about
the
me.
They're the same person.
Like, you know how we roll, so you talking about me?
Yeah.
Mm.
You couldn't
Well,
tell me?
It's like a pinch me thing, you know,
Mhm.
that I really trust because that's a core issue as well. I haven't learned how.
Well,
to
you know,
trust
I
anybody.
think that what happens is through our life, you know, for me, it was always, I'm going to trust you until you show me differently.
Sure.
And so I try to be that person who people can trust.
Mhm.
But what happens is everybody that you feel that you can trust is not always trustworthy.
cannot.
I wasn't in that space. I always had to earn it. As far back as I can remember, it was conditional. I had to do something. I had to act a certain way. I felt that I did. You know,
Yeah.
oddly enough, I was talking about all this with Emma the other night. I mean, she was asking me about some things that she had watched on the videos that I posted. And she said, y'all been with you all your life, and I just never saw all of that. Well, you couldn't. There's no way for you to see it.
Mhm.
No, our family system was set up so that you wouldn't see it. Okay,
Mhm.
most dysfunctional family systems are set up so nobody sees
Right.
that shit.
That's that.
What goes on
Ooh,
behind closed
No
doors
doors
stays
behind
behind.
closed doors. You don't bring other people into your
that's
dirt.
right.
You do
What
not
goes
have.
on in this house
Stays in this house.
Yes.
You don't have no words for it as a child, but
Right.
you develop behaviors that match whatever the sentiment is in
Absolutely.
that household. Whatever the focal point is, if you got somebody that's mentally ill, you got an alcoholic, a drug addict, you this, that, other, somebody psychiatrically jacked up, whatever that focus is taking focus off of everything else is going right there, and everybody is acting accordingly to whatever the focus is. So you just have to identify the focus to see what type of dysfunction y'all is playing on.
Right.
But everybody, most folks I know, is working out of some shit.
Of course.
We ain't no choice.
Yeah.
You work out of it, you go out in the street.
Okay.
Heaven forbid that. I'm not leaving this. Why, this
That
is
part.
comfortable.
Yep. Yep.
There. Yeah. Thanks, my sister, for proving me wrong. I'm most happy about them, both of y'all.
Okay.
Love you, girl.
Thank you.
Punch me in the stomach a couple times when I get heavy. It's okay. I take a punch.
Yeah,
I
there.
take a
Yeah.
punch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shit, but you always get back up swinging.
Get
How
back
about
up.
that?
How about that?
I get back up and just off. I don't even want to swing. I don't want to
Okay.
fight about it.
Thank
Let
you.
me
How
just,
about
let me
that?
just settle into wherever it is.
Speak.
That's right.
Own it.
That's right.
Just own it. It's much easier than fighting.
I
That
agree.
whole way I'm fighting cancer. I'm fighting this. Don't fight it.
Thank you.
Find a way to work with that shit because it ain't going nowhere.
That's right.
You just put more words in under that
That's
fear
right.
umbrella. You
Yeah.
fighting.
And fear, insecurity,
Fighting to make
Yeah.
it
self-sabotage umbrella will do you in every time.
That's right.
You open that bitch if you want to.
better. Okay.
Ain't no good coming out of it.
It's stank in here. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Yep.
stank.
Not
Yeah.
pleasant unpacking it, but it's a
very-
necessary.
It's necessary. It is
Definitely
necessary.
necessary.
All right. Sister Talks in Manta, Ecuador. Sister Talks.
Real time.
Being a little black girl, growing up in Los Angeles, I was like in seventh grade, you know, just coming into puberty. It was just a wonderful time. When I tell you that my upbringing was very normal, like we didn't have no money, we were money adjacent. You know what I'm saying? You know, but we always lived in an apartment. We lived in Los Angeles, and my mom always worked. My stepfather, you know, half the time he worked, half the time he hustled, blah 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 blah. You know, and so though, when I think about my childhood, it was a lot of fun.
It was love. And you learn how to swim in
And I
this
learned-
environment.
Yes, and so the environment, it was what I'm like today. I don't know how it would be if you know what I'm saying. But when I was growing up in the '70s, in the late '70s,
Yeah.
early '80s in Los Angeles, and where we were going, and what we were doing, me and my friends, we never felt like, oh, we shouldn't be there.
Okay.
Or, you know, we just knew it was a nice area and this is what we were going to do. You know what I'm saying? But when I think about, you know, we were like right next to Beverly Hills and, you know, Santa Monica and all that shit. We were all, like I said, we were always money adjacent. We always had to catch the bus to go to these places. But it was nice. I mean, as a, you know, you want to feel good about the environments that you're in.
Sure,
Like I
sure,
said,
sure.
when I think
And
about
the West
myself-
Coast vibe is a different vibe.
yeah, it
most
really
definitely.
was.
You've experienced a lot of different environments like that. Different-
Yeah, you know, when I tell people, like, sometimes I watch, like, Dragnet, or the old one, Dragnet, or Adam 12, the way that it is on that was very much how my life was, because my schools were always integrated, like, black, white, Chinese, Mexican, you know, it was always a whole...
Diverse.
Yeah, you know, and...
That probably set you up for success in these international streets without you knowing it then. The diversity of your upbringing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I loved growing up in Los Angeles and West Los Angeles. Like I said, at one time, I went to school with Janet Jackson. That shit was like,
You went to school with Janet Jackson?
yeah.
Get
And-
the fuck out of here.
No, I was in the 8th grade. She was in the 7th grade, Portola Junior High.
Stop it. Okay then.
So, you know what I'm saying? And that's when she was on Good Times.
Yeah,
That was during
Penny.
the time she was
She
on
was
Good
Penny.
Times.
She was Penny.
You know what I'm saying? But we weren't like friends and them, but you know.
But you knew who she was.
Wow.
And she.
Amazing.
And
You
the,
welcome.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
So just copy that, right?
So copy that and make it your own. Edit it so that it becomes your own. Put your own flavor in it.
It's in a bio format. I mean, like a resume format, but I mean, I like all of it.
Copy and paste. Copy and paste it into like a note or something like that,
Yes,
and
yes.
then edit it and make it your own. Go ahead.
And so, you know, but the school that we went to was in the valley, like in the suburb, you know.
Mhm. 90210?
Tarzana. It was in Tarzana, California.
Mhm.
And also, at the time, Aretha Franklin, no, she was married to Glenn Turman.
Yes.
Glenn
Yeah.
Turman Jr.
Glenn Twyman. Yeah.
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 His son was
Uh-huh.
a friend of mine from elementary school. We went to elementary school, and then we also went to junior high school together.
Okay.
So he was out there too. But everything was just like, oh yeah, there's, you know, but it wasn't like, ooh.
It wasn't that fandom.
No,
Yeah.
because people around them had just as much money as they had.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, the people that were in my school, because we were bused.
Mhm.
Some of them were bused to our school, and we were bused to their school. And so, you know, it wasn't like you said, people didn't fan out because even though you may be Janet Jackson, he may be Janet Jackson's doctor's son.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it wasn't a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But yeah, girl. When I like I said, when I think about
Fond
it,
memories.
yeah.
Fond memories.
Yeah.
How you doing with yours?
Well, I think my introduction's done.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And-
it's a little uplifting.
Mhm.
That's how it was like.
That was helpful.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
we having motivational sessions here
Yes.
at the table.
Yes,
we got
I'm
we got
motivated.
one sister who's looking for airfare, and we're doing it in an unconventional search type of way. We get nuggets.
Okay. Wait a minute. No, we getting pearls.
Listen,
Wait a minute, I don't think
you know
that's the pearls.
I drop diamond gems everywhere
Oh,
I go.
woo! There we go.
Diamond gems. I'm just
Thank you.
fairy
Well,
dust.
what
Fairy
this
dust.
way? I done got mine, girl.
Okay. Each one encourage one. That's all
Okay.
I'm saying. And so what needs to be
Gives
done
you
can be
something to
done
think
within
about.
the
Yes.
sisterhood.
That's right.
So, and what better place to do it while we on the ocean?
Okay.
Looking-
the Pacific Ocean.
Looking at the
How about that?
families and the people frolic in the water on a
Yes.
picture perfect day.
Yes.
And the sisterhood is in full effect right here on the freaking porch.
Yes.
And that's what you can expect when you come to Manta, Ecuador.
That's right.
Right? It's a
That's
sense of
right.
community. The
That's
sisterhood
right.
is strong.
The sisterhood is real. The sisterhood is real. You know, we try to uplift each other and try to make each other's dreams come true. You know what I'm saying? Help each other to get what, you know, not my dream, not your dream, but you know what I'm saying? We try to make sure that we are helping each other, motivate each other to do what we need to do to have the life that we want to live. That's it.
It's empowering one another.
It is.
It really is, because if you don't know my story and I
Thank
don't know
you.
your story, then how can I be empowered?
That's
by it?
right.
Right.
That's right. That's
Right.
right. And just by talking and sharing, you find so many things. I mean, so much that you have in common instead of things that divide us.
Oh, say that one more time.
Yeah.
We find more things that we have in common than things that divide us.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's crazy how like a lot of us have been in the same places just at different times,
That's
but we're
right.
there for different reasons.
That's right.
But we have come from all different parts of the states, and what do they say? 6 degrees of separation.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And we have found that on one thing after another,
That's right.
just life, and it's
Like I said, we find
It's
that there are
just
more
great.
things
The
that bring us
support. Oh my
together
gosh.
than to separate us.
yes. We can agree on so many things, and
That's
then we don't get mad about it.
Thank
it's just
you.
like, you have your
Thank
opinion,
you.
I have mine.
That's
and,
right. That's
you
right.
know,
Because
what
wait a
works
minute.
for you may not work for me,
Thank
but
you.
okay.
Thank you. That's right.
I want you to do what needs to work for you,
That's
and
right.
I'm gonna do what I need to work for me.
That's
And
right.
Together, we'll put those things together and make it work for all of us.
That's
Because
right.
we have a great experience here. It's crazy.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Like I said, I've never been into women as a group. I've always been a singular woman in a group of mostly men or a couple, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I have found so much power and help and just support from the women here in Manta, just every day. And it really feels good to have a circle of women that try to uplift you instead of tear you down.
Right.
That part.
right.
Yeah.
That part. And that's the difference between community
Mhm.
Yeah.
and neighbors.
Yes.
Because you got neighbors.
Yes.
Yes.
All your
Yes.
neighbors are not your community.
Oh no.
And
That's
all
right.
your community is not,
Not
your
your
tribe.
That's right.
And so when you find your tribe,
That's
Right.
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 that is just, it's such a blessing.
That's right.
And you may or may not actually be looking for it. A lot of times it just happens naturally. It's a,
How does it happen
it
naturally, though?
just, well, for one, you can't just sit within yourself. You do have to put yourself out there somewhere, because
So you gotta be
how's
at
I'ma
some
know
level
you
of
there?
transparency.
A little bit. But honestly, the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get with that.
Ooh.
That's right.
Say that
And
again.
the more you do it, the more comfortable you will get with that.
Being
It-
authentic.
Being authentic, being transparent, and just recognizing that your experience is just that. It's your experience.
Speak.
Doesn't compare to anybody else's, good, bad, otherwise.
right.
It's all of those adjectives don't apply.
Throw them out the window.
They don't apply.
They
Your
don't
life
apply.
is your life. You lived how you lived. You did the best you could at the time with what you had. That's what we all do.
That's
I
right.
really don't feel like people intentionally say, I'm gonna be homeless when I'm 35. I don't think that that's a dream that anyone has.
Right.
But that is most definitely some people's experience,
That's right.
and they have come forward from that.
And you got to meet people with grace.
That's right.
Absolutely.
You have to
Thank
meet
you
people.
do not
And you
know
have to
where
stand-
they've come from.
And you have to
Thank you.
stand in a posture of gratitude.
Absolutely.
Because,
That's
but by the grace of God.
There
That's right.
Am I right?
you go.
But by the grace of God,
There
could
you
be
go.
me.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
Wait
so-
a minute. And how can I pass judgment on you when I've done some shit in my life? I'm sure people cause.
Child, please. Don't let
But
me start
you
dragging
understand-
out no skeletons out
That's
my
what I'm
life.
saying. You understand what I'm saying? So how can I judge anybody?
Right.
You know what I'm?
Right.
Let me sit over here and just.
And that's what
And
I said.
listen.
I started saying maybe 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I used to say I live in a no judgment zone.
Thank
And
you.
and I really try to live that
Thank
as
you.
part of my truth. No
Thank you.
judgment zone.
Thank
What
you.
works for you works for you.
That's right.
And if it's not working, then I'm gonna give you some grace until you figure out what works better.
That's
but
right.
I'm in a no judgment zone because I know what my skeletons look like.
Woo. Say
Girl,
that,
if I had to open up that closet, I don't know. I might not want to do that.
No.
I might
Thank
not wanna do
you.
No, no, no.
Thank you.
No.
that. So these are the things that real sisters talk about
That's right.
over drinks and smoke and anything that gives us joy. This is what a
Absolutely.
conversation
Over
really
whatever we
sounds like
want.
Thank you.
on a
Whatever
Sunday
we want.
afternoon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sitting on the
In
Pacific
Manta.
Ocean.
Where we at, girl? Wait.
Sitting on the Pacific Ocean. Please give a good view.
Girl,
Yes.
it's beautiful.
Yes. Like
And
I said.
this is every day.
Every
We're
day.
not on vacation.
Thank
Right.
you. There
This
is no
every
checkout
day.
time.
No
How about
checkout
that?
time.
Oh, what?
No
checkout
checkout time.
How about that?
That's a hashtag. No checkout
Checkout
time.
Woo, no checkout time.
That is definitely a hashtag. No checkout time. This is
checkout
real
time.
life. Hashtag real life.
Yep.
How about that?
How about that part? How about that part? Well,
You
ladies, you know, you guys uplift me. You guys affirm me in everything that I'm doing and trying to achieve for real, because, you know, everybody needs that,
Well,
whatever it is that lifts.
Yes, yes.
Right.
But like I said, when you come to Manta, it's like, oh, Diamond's coming to Manta. You know, like the celebrities coming. I said, ooh,
You silly. You
know
silly.
her.
You silly right now.
I know,
Wait
right?
a minute. I've known Diamond for 3 years.
Okay, how about that? Girl, I love it. I love it. And Wendy with the white hair.
Wendy with the white hair. Wendy with the white hair is
Okay.
inside just relaxing.
Yes.
And I'm not mad at her.
Yes.
Because we've been doing a whole lot of heavy
Okay.
lifting in Cuenca.
That's
But you know, we got a reprieve this weekend so
Thank
we
you.
can cut up with the sisters.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what
We got our
talking
shenanigans on
Absolutely.
fleek.
yes.
Do they still say that?
Girl,
I
we
don't
do.
know.
Wait a minute, we do. On fleek.
Our shenanigans are on fleek today,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
And that's all I
Absolutely.
got to say. Some of us are more serious than others. She's on a mission today.
Yes.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Tell us what you're
Filling
doing,
out
B.
my trusted house sitters application.
Okay now. And why are you so diligent about getting this trusted house sitters application in?
As I'm ready to continue to stretch out of my comfort zone.
There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yes, each one reach one. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a beautiful day here.
Yes, it
oh my
is.
God. Y'all just don't even know how gorgeous it is. The sisterhood is strong. All right,
Yes,
wherever
it is.
y'all are, peace and blessings.
Community
This
dive.
is what community looks like when you need your hair did
Okay.
and your girl just step in and say, let me help you.
Yep.
What your tribe look like?
I could get that for you too.
Up close and personal. Up close and personal. Sorry, super fabulous. You got to watch the Super Bowl somewhere. You need. Wait a minute, Howard. Come on. Where we watching the Super Bowl at tonight?
Ecuador,
Where in Ecuador? Be
Manta.
specific.
Manta.
Manta, Ecuador. Yes. So when we not watching what's on the big screen, we watching what's on the little screen because it's big. It's a big old world out there. Look at this beauty behind me.
Yes.
If you must watch the Super Bowl somewhere, you need to be where we at. Where we at? Ha! Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Since the dawn of